I am going to die. The thought, at first far off and quickly dismissed, floods into focus as the cold river water gushes into my mouth. It is pitch black. I cannot see my hands and feet, as I scramble along the bottom of the pontoon I'm trapped under. With each move, I'm increasingly helpless against undercurrents churning, surging, spitting me back at speeds of up to 8 knots, as fast as the most ferocious whitewater rapids. There's no telling if I'm going straight or in circles. No telling if I'm anywhere near getting out from under this basketball court-sized contraption, much less reaching the surface of 10 m deep waters. I try to relax by exhaling, but the pain is unavoidable, crushing, barreling down on my chest in escalating intensity, a pain I've never felt before, a pain I've never felt since. I am drowning, but I want to keep going. I've got this, I think, until a circular veil creeps in from the sides of my eyes, laying darkness upon darkness, and then, there is nothing. Earlier that day, in the morning of November 23, 2007, the Singapore national dragon boat team arrived for the first time at the venue for the ASEAN Cambodia traditional boat race in Phnom Penh. The 23 of us, accompanied by a coach and an official, knew little about the inaugural competition, apart from a link to Cambodia's annual water festival. And the Tonle Sap turned out to be like no race site we'd ever seen. The name literally translates to large river, one that at its most immense, sprawls 100 kilometers wide and 250 kilometers long in connection to the larger and more famous Mekong. Lining the banks were massive crowds, both tourists and locals, engaging in a surreal mix of the mundane and the carnival. Near our rest area, a topless toddler defecated into the river. A few meters downstream, a villager scooped up water to rinse clothes. Behind them on the riverfront, music and dance performances played their part in an ancient celebration signaling the start of Cambodia's rice harvesting season, coinciding with the Tonle Sap reversing its flow, supposedly the only river in the world to do so. The stars of the show were the boats, hundreds and hundreds of them, some making for a remarkable sight with dozens of paddlers standing precariously perched on impossibly long, thin, wooden craft. Others were more conventionally powered by about 20 seated individuals, but still not entirely stable given the conditions. While on land, some of us had already observed how fast-moving the brown-dyed river was. I remember likening it to the pace of a road racing cyclist, and that suspicion was confirmed when we had to paddle against the current to reach the start line for our late afternoon qualifier against hosts Cambodia. That was a workout in itself, and the ensuing 1.700 race proved testing as well, with blustery gusts and choppy waves battering our boat. Thunk thunk, I am underwater, but can still hear the top of my head pounding against the floor of our upside-down boat, a dull, metallic soundtrack to the panicking voice in my head. Why am I stuck? What's happening? Okay, we capsized and I'm under our boat, which in turn is probably under the pontoon, but why is it so hard to swim out?